Though much has been made over the controversy regarding IGN's review of Dead Cells in the past week, thankfully no amount of controversy can overshadow an excellent game, no matter the source. Hey everybody, I'm Marty from Nintendo Dads, and this is our review of Motion Twin's Dead Cells for the Nintendo Switch. Dead Cells begins with very few details about the identity of your character, thrusting you directly into the action. And that frenetic beginning doesn't let up the entire time that you are in the game. It's a Metroidvania Rogue-lite, meaning that it promises exploratory combat-driven gameplay that guarantees to be different each time you play it. Literally, every time you go through this game, you're going to play the same levels, but they're going to be laid out in a different way, with different items, different enemies, in different places, and all kinds of other things like that. You play the role of an unnamed prisoner who has seemingly died and now taken the body of an anonymous, headless man and is working to escape the nightmare of a castle that is different every time you play. Throughout the game, you traverse several areas, fighting your way to upgrades for your weapons, your body, blueprints for weapons, and more. Secret areas abound throughout the game as well as plenty of items to find, but the star is really the combat, as you can see. Fighting enemies in the game feels visceral and tight, making the success that you make completely up to you. Yes, if you suck at this game, it's entirely your fault, and I'm one of those people. Trust me, you get better eventually. That's the tagline of the game. Once your item slots are filled up, your success is completely up to you, and as most roguelikes are wont to teach you, sucking at the game is just part of the process until you learn the patterns of the enemies and the way that to use whatever the game throws at you in order to progress further. The controls are responsive, the combat's fun, and best of all, it leaves you wanting more. In fact, it leaves you wanting more so much that you'll find yourself coming back to it over and over and over again. And speaking of wanting more, there's tons to enjoy in this game. The graphics and animation are absolutely top-notch, and as are the sound effects and the music. I found myself referring back to Prince of Persia as I played this game, and you may think that's weird, but I remember playing Prince of Persia for the first time back on the Super Nintendo, I believe, and just being amazed at how fluid the animations were. And there's times in this game that it just calls back to that makes me remember the fluidity of that animation. And Motion Twin has done a fantastic job on all the visuals in this game. Sound effects are great as well as the music. It feels moody, it feels appropriately gloomy, it's foreboding at times. And your character, the enemies, even small details in the background like birds or flags or cages swinging are animated so fluidly that they seem to be truly alive. This is a world that is living, it's breathing, it exists in a way that maybe other roguelikes and retro platformers just don't capture. And the retro pixel visuals are simply gorgeous. There's many layers to every character, and there's many layers to every background as well. Colors pop and lighting effects make the world truly come alive as you traverse each of the game's unique levels. Dead Cells succeeds at what makes the roguelike genre so compelling, and that's the just one more run phenomenon, which makes you lose yourself in the game, sometimes only coming up for air after 5 more just one more runs. Guys, I'm serious. I've lost tons of hours to this game already and plan on losing more because there's so much depth here and there's so many mysteries that I've uncovered already that I can't seem to get out of my mind. I want to keep playing. This feels like roguelike evolved almost. And I said to someone last week, this is the Castlevania game that we have always deserved to have, except Konami just didn't make it. In closing, Dead Cells is the complete package. It's a game that draws you in and it holds you there, giving you just enough to feel powerful, yet quickly reminding you that you're not really all that you thought you were, all while promising that you can indeed topple the next challenge as long as you try hard enough. Well, and maybe spend enough cells for that next upgrade. Motion Twin has made something truly, truly special here, and I think everyone should experience it. The Switch's portability simply makes it the best version in my opinion. We give Dead Cells a 9 out of 10. Keep watching here for more Let's Plays, reviews, eShop spotlights, and much more right here on our channel. And watch for a brand new podcast every Friday morning from your favorite podcast service. As always, like and share if you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.